Hello, this is the PLT overview for the week of October 3rd through 7th of the year 2022. Announcements for this week. There will be a faculty meeting on Monday, October 3rd at 3:30 p.m. via Zoom and on Tuesday, October 4th at 7 a.m. at East Campus Library. Also, don't forget to nominate great teachers for the Kansas Teacher of the Year. See Lisa Heller's email for more information. Next Thursday, October 6th, KNEA is presenting a Degrees Not Debt Zoom from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Members and non-members are invited to attend. October 31st is the deadline to apply for a temporary waiver that will credit certain student loan payments that did not count in the past for the PSLF program. So, this training is timely and should allow our members to take advantage of the waiver. Again, see Lisa Heller's email for more information. Next, are you interested in joining a staff-only wellness yoga group? If yes, then please complete this form and see Freya Giancopoulos' email for more information. There will be a KNEA Members Benefit informational session from 4:30 to 5:30 on Monday, October 10th. See Lisa Heller's email for more information. October 10th is a PD Day. Please see the link to the schedule. Also, fill out Chris Holborn's Industry Tour Survey Genius to select a tour for October 10th in the morning. Don't forget, there is a retirement benefits webinar on Tuesday, October 11th at 10 a.m. and Thursday, October 13th at 6 p.m. See Drew Montgomery's email for more information. A reminder, all educators must have accurate, up-to-date SMART goals for Frontline by October 16th of the year 2022, so that's coming up. Impact Aid forms were distributed on September 20th. Turn in the forms and a roster marking who has or hasn't turned in the form to Barb Clock on October 4th, or earlier if you have 100% of the forms collected. The first 6 classes at West and 2 classes at East that turn in 100% of their Impact Aid forms by October 4th will receive a treat. Tasks and trainings this week. Monday in PLT will be a Portrait of the Learner continued. On Tuesday we have advisory prep, and Friday will be MTSS Deep Learning Concept Mapping. Advisory this week, all grade levels have a homecoming activity. Here is the form, the checklist form, and here are our questions and answers. Our first question, could teachers have, as needed, an option for allowing parents to reserve time slots for conferences, possibly like we do during student-led conferences, but just for parents who feel they need a little bit more time or want to ensure they see a specific staff member. At this time, we are only doing that for student-led conferences. We will bring this up, though, for discussion in the future, so thank you so much for bringing that up. Number 2, we would like to confirm that Friday, October 14th is a workday. Yes, you are correct. This time is set aside for staff to complete end of the quarter grading, planning, and etc. Number 3, Kleenex and tissues are expensive. Does the school provide any? The answer is MHS does not supply any of those items, including Kleenex for the building. All supplies are ordered by department, so check with your department head about ordering those. Number 4, with harassment, can transgender be added? The answer, the information presented was taken directly from KSDE resources. We will make a note to consider revisions for next year. Thank you so much for missing that, or for sharing that. Number 5, the sexual harassment. The wording is in the workplace. Can the wording be changed to school setting? Again, we just want you to know that the information presented is taken directly from KSDE resources. We'll make a note and consider revisions for next year, but we really do have to follow the KSDE guidelines. Number 6, the complaint form is hard to find. Can it be added to the advisory pages or somewhere easier to locate? We will add a note that students can search complaint forms on the district website as a simpler alternative. Number 7, it needs to be stated to the students that have complaint forms is a formal complaint and that will be followed up. It's not just venting grievances. Again, we'll make note of that and add that to future advisory lessons. Thank you so much for your input. Number 8, what happens when grievance form is filed? Who does it go to? Who is notified? A student can turn in a grievance form to any trusted adult. The adult will then turn the form into the building principal or to the building principal's boss, which would be the superintendent. And number 9, will finals be held on Friday and Thursday of the last week of the semester, or will they be moved to the end of the week and be held on Thursday and Friday? This is to be discussed in October department and BLT meeting. If you have ideas, please communicate that with your department head. Comments for this week. Parent and teacher conferences. East Campus special education teachers were separated from the general ed teachers and felt some parents did not stop by because they were in a different place. Number 2, suggestions for conferences. For West Campus, having a 5-minute sign for both our classroom door and our meeting spot in our classroom, clear communication to parents. Number 3, first, conferences. 3 of us had students, families with interpreters, and the interpreters did a great job. B, we thought attendance was low and wondered if we needed to change our conference format. We talked about scheduled conferences. We also thought Thursday might be slow because parents were leaving town for trips on the weekend. Number 2, teacher retention. We were wondering if changing some professional development or collaboration days to mental health days would help with teacher retention. Number 3, SABRS. A, our group does not feel like the SABRS assessment is very effective at evaluating student social and emotional health. Some students who have done it multiple times feel like it's a waste of time to rush through their answers. Our group also did not feel like the specific questions asked on the SABRS assessment were a good match for the types of instruction and advisory and the frequency of advisory meetings. Ideally, we would assess all of the students we see every day. The questions are much more applicable to academic classroom instruction than advisory instruction. This is not to say that advisors don't know their students well, but that specific questions on SABRS are not best suited to the advisory class. Number 4, 9th grade teachers appreciate sitting by department. We would love to start conferences sooner because the majority of our conferences were over by 7. Number 5, 2 sheets to parents made things confusing, continually having to cross-reference grades and schedule to plot what room to go to. Number 6, next year can we find a better way to let students know where the gym teachers are during conferences? Some were unable to find their teacher. Number 7, our group felt like some school-specific examples on the sexual harassment slides might be helpful. The slides refer specifically to employment situations. Some students might not recognize student-to-student or student-to-teacher harassment. And number 8, after our bullying conversation today in advisory and noting where the grievance form is, from the video we watched in advisory, my students had a discussion about how buried this form is, how technical all the language about it sounds, and their take on it that the district doesn't want to deal with grievances, so they make the form difficult to find so no one actually uses it. Just FYI, that's their perspective. Thank you all for sharing your comments. And finally, tell me something good. Number 1, the food, especially the bean dip, was much appreciated and enjoyed. Thanks to the parents who provided that during conferences. Number 2, positive behavior forms at MHS East are having a positive impact on students. Number 3, our PLT group enjoyed the waltz music in the SABRS video. We also felt like the interpreters we saw at parent-teacher conferences and for IEPs did an amazing job. And finally, number 4, 12 students and 2 teachers from Germany will be here this week to stay for 2 weeks. That's awesome. Thank you all for everything you do. We hope you have a wonderful week. And remember, if you have any questions, make sure to shoot me an email or ask one of your colleagues, and everyone should be happy to help you.